welcome Fresh Coast Gaming fans to the first basement bat rep at Jeremy's new house. He and his wife just moved in here in December, so it's a work in progress, but the man cave is coming along quite nicely. You can see the pool table underneath. That's super cool. We're going to start out today, our day of basement gaming, by playing our first Dropzone Commander League game. Now, one of our local Hawk Talons has put this together. It's kind of a statewide campaign. You just play against someone and email him your results, and the campaign's going to move along as the results dictate. So it's pretty cool. So I'm going to have my Shaltari against Jeremy's Scourge. We're going to be playing on a 4x4 table, just this first part right over here. The mission is recon, so there's intel in every building, and they could possibly turn into objectives. So let's take a look at my Shaltari army for today. Alright, I'll start out with my gate group. I have 3 Eden medium gates to kind of be my workhorses for the day. I also have a Spirit light gate as kind of a surprise. It's super fast, and my Braves can hop right out of it, which is really cool. I have 2 Havens as well, and you can see my 6 stands of Braves. That's going to be kind of the meat of my strategy for today, is just to really bounce them around through gates and grab intel as fast as possible. To back them up, I have I believe it's the Spear Tip. It's just the 2 Tarantulas. It's my basic formation, essentially. I have a War Fist with 3 Jaguars in my heavy spot. The unpainted one is going to be my commander for the game. So, because he's not a command vehicle, his effective radius is halved, but I still do get to draw my cards. And then as a support choice, I have 2 Thunderbird gunships with their Gauss cannons. I'm going to be running around trying to snipe some of Jeremy's APCs. So that's it, 999 points on the dot. Here we have Jeremy's Scourge army. Now, the lighting in here is not great. We're talking about adding some more, but you can't see all the beautiful, like, glossy ghost tint work on his guys. Green base with some goldish shiny highlights. They look gorgeous. Anyway, we'll start with his commander. He's got a Desolator right here, which is the big lightning bug. It kind of shoots electricity at everything. He's got a group of Ravagers. Is that what you said they were called? The anti-air? Reapers. The Reaper anti-air. They're in their Marauder transport. This Marauder has 2 Invader APCs with the 6 bases of infantry right here. There are 2 Intruder APCs, the light APCs right there, with 2 squads in each. So he kind of has the same idea as me. He's just going to flood the board with infantry and hope that he finds those objectives fast. And then 2 groups of Hunters. They're just going to roll on. They don't have a transport. So they're fast enough to get where they need to be pretty quick. So that's it. 980 some points, you said? 988. So just a few points less than me. All right, we're going to roll off to see who gets first turn. We got cards coming up and all kinds of stuff. Turn 1 coming up. All right, here we are after deployment, of course, because everything starts the game in readiness. It's all off the table. Jeremy won the roll to go first, so he's actually going to take the first turn coming up. Just wanted to let you see a little bit closer on the board here. We got 3 buildings towards each of our deployment zones, and then 4 in the middle for a grand total of 10 possible objectives/intel points. Balance it out as much as we could. Again, we're trying to keep this nice and fair and even. So he's going to take the first turn, or get the first activation, excuse me, and then I will follow up. So we'll come back after turn 1. All right, turn 1. My Shelter. Actually, I'll start with Jeremy because he activated first. His Invader with the Marauder with 2 Invader APCs came up, unloaded, and found intel in that one and an objective in that one. So that's good. So 2 points right off the bat, with possibility for 2 bonus points more if we can get it off the table. I activated with one of my gates and my Terror gates and did almost exactly the same thing, but I only found 2 pieces of intel, so I had 2 points. The Hunter group came on next. Yep. Yeah, the Hunter group came on next, half speed, and they're getting ready to pounce on something. My Spirit flew way forward. Guys jumped out, found another piece of intel here, gave me 3 points, and then Jeremy's Intruders. The Intruder light dropships did the same thing here. He had 1 grab that objective right there for another piece of intel, and he's got another guy hiding right around the corner here, getting ready to jump out next turn and grab this one, unless I can sneak in there and get it first, which, well, I can't, actually. I got guys, everyone disembark, so I don't have enough activations to disembark and get that one. So I'm going to have to concentrate on keeping him away from these 2. Let's see. 2 of my Jaguars got out here, including my commander, so I'll be able to draw my cards next turn. And my Thunderbirds came around the corner here to jump on his APC, maybe, if I can get lucky. My Tarantulas walked on the table because he's all skimmer ground army and not very heavily armored. Their graviton guns aren't going to do much good, so they shot their laser pods at the building and tried to do a point of damage. That one right there, and I failed. Otherwise, that's it. That's all I have. The Desolator is hanging out right there in front of the Hunters. And there's a group of Slayers sitting right there, ready to pounce on any aircraft I have coming around the corner, unless I can take them out with my Jags. Turn 2 coming up. I need to go first to try to do some damage. All right, turn two started with Jeremy's Intruder dropships, the light ones, dropping off guys into that building to grab that objective. So that was a point there, piece of intel, excuse me. Gave him 4 points to my 3. The other one came this way and is moving his way this side of the board. Then I took advantage of the fact that he didn't move his Invader APC by moving my Jaguars up here. The third one got out behind that building. And then these two combined fire, but only took a single damage point off of that one Invader right there, or Intruder, whatever they're called, I can't remember. And then he activated and tried to roll him off and moved his Reapers this way. My Thunderbirds, he shot one of them down with the Reapers right here. My Thunderbird then flew over and he got lucky and they didn't take him out. And he managed to finish off the Invader. But they're still close enough to the board edge. They're probably going to be able to run off the table next turn. Let's see. More moves. My 2 infantry units disembarked into their transports and disembarked the building into their transports. The transport embarked into the gate. And then one of them ended up behind this building and the other one ended up behind that building. When they jumped out, the gate over here moved back here to pick up the Tarantulas, so they can jump out next turn somewhere. And that's about it. The Desolator came over here and got some really lucky hits. Did 12 hits on my on this building, 12 points of damage. He got 8 falling masonry hits on my Braves and rolled really well on the damage rolls and wiped them all out. So those Braves are gone. I'm down a Thunderbird and Jeremy's down 1 APC, and I did no damage to the infantry when they got out. And then the Hunters came over here and did some damage to that building too, just to kind of deny me some points. So we're going to move into turn 3. I'm going to see if I can't keep Jeremy from running away with it literally right here. Alright, turn 3 was kind of interesting. It started out with Jeremy's infantry trying to move off the table, but as you can see, they're not close enough. They're right there, so close, but so far away. Unfortunately, I couldn't do anything about it. His second group from that battle group, the second squad from the battle group, came into this building and found a sabotage objective, so they took some damage. So I figured, all right, I'm going to try to do something to make sure this game doesn't get out of hand for me. So I did almost the same thing. My guys got into that building and then into this building and searched. Found a piece of intel here, which tied the game at 4. And then that one was booby-trapped. So at this point, I can't beat Jeremy right now. We're only tied until that stand walks off the table, which is going to happen if he goes first next turn. The rest of my turn was me just setting up, trying to get in position to take them out, but I couldn't do anything. The Reapers finished off the Thunderbird, and then I just boosted my gates forward as far as I could to try to do something with them. But it's pretty much game over for me because they're going to walk off the table real quick. Jeremy has a level 3 commander versus my level 1 commander, so he's got a good chance of going first and taking the win right there. Anyway, other things that happened. I shot at the Desolator and did 1 point with my Jaguars. They came around the corner this way. And then I tried to kill 2 of the Hunters, but I bounced off their armor. It was just terrible rolls on my part. I missed the first one with 2 Gauss cannons, hit the second one, and then rolled double 1s to damage. And that's it. So we're going to go into... Oh, another just goofy news. This Intruder came flying way over here for some reason. But that's it. So we're going to go in turn 4. If Jeremy wins the die roll, he's going to go first and march that objective off the table for 2 bonus victory points and win 6-4. So we'll come back after it. Yeah, he could roll 1 and I could go first and then not be able to do much about it, because I can't get guys off my transport. So we're going to come back after Jeremy wins the game in turn 4. All right, so turn 4, Jeremy activated first and just ran the infantry off the table to get the win, 6-4. So we just did a few little things to kind of shake some rust off of our game here. And Jeremy had never played against Shaltari, so we wanted to see how hard it was to take out a Jaguar. So we'll go to that first. I had my Jaguars move around the corner and shoot at the Desolator. I only took 1 damage point off it again. Didn't do much, but all the Gauss cannons took out an entire squadron of his Hunters. So he was a little afraid of that, but 310 points for the Jaguar should do some damage. In return, the Desolator took 2 damage points off of this one, and then took all 3 of the Hunters to finish him off. So we're talking 260 points to take out 110. So it was, on both our sides, it wasn't a fair trade in points, but Yeah, Jaguars are tough to kill. We all know that. The other thing we wanted to do was, like I said, shake some rust off, especially with CQB, just because it is a pain. So we did this fight here. Each of those bases he took 1 off of each of these 2, and then 2 off of that one. I lost 1 point off of each of these 2 bases. Won the fight, and his fortitude roll kept him in. So that's it. Jeremy wins the game 6-4 because he found the objective in the first turn and managed to get it off the table. So that's week 1 for our Dropzone campaign. Thanks for watching. We're going to do another game here coming up shortly. We're actually going to do a 2v1 30k. We've got Jeremy's debuting as Word Bearers. I'm going to bring out my Death Guard, of course, and Larry's got his Imperial Fists. So stay tuned for that one.